She had a new updated version that she got for Christmas. It was called Guess Who Me Too, right? Have you heard of this game? Yeah. That's where you flip it up and it's got all the sexual predators right there. And then you have to ask the right question to narrow down the field, right? So you got and you're just looking at it and you're like, is your person a politician? And they say no, and you're like, click, 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 click. Is your person an NFL starting quarterback? And they say no, and you're like, click, 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 click. Is your person a Supreme Court justice? And they say no, and you're like, click, click. And then I finally hit one where I got it right. I asked the right question. I said, is your person a journalist? And they said, yes. And I go, oh, click, 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 click. Here we go. Now we're narrowing it down. But then I had to ask an even more specific question to figure out who it was. I said, did your person have a red button in their office that locked the door behind interns? And they said, yes. And I go, click, 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 you're Matt Lauer. Oh my gosh, the Today Show's Matt Lauer. My Canadian mother had us call farts poof. She's like, you made a poof, that's what you did. You poofed a little. Just a little poof, right? That's all I heard growing up. I thought it was called poof, so I go to elementary school, I'm hanging out with my friends, be on the playground, I'd be like, hey, who poofed over here? And they're like, push him down, take his lunch money. Right? That's what happens. Sensors in the seat. It knows I'm sitting down because it starts beeping the moment I sit down because of the sensor in this. Even in the passenger side, no one's sitting there, it'll still go off. Like I went to the gas station, picked up a 12-pack, set my 12-pack down, started beeping like I had to buckle up my beer. I know. It kept beeping until there were just 3 beers left. In my 12-pack, I was like, I thought this car had a problem, right? People in Missouri, people always made fun of people from Arkansas, right? They're like, people from Arkansas are backwards, inbred, redneck hillbillies. Then I moved to Cincinnati and everybody's like, have you heard about Kentucky? Like, yeah, I think I just figured out the formula, right? You just go to a state, whatever state's below that, that's where the stupid people are. Look how dumb they are. Look how stupid, they're different. I swear, I can touch them, but they're so different than me. I guarantee you talk to anybody from Kentucky and they're just like, Tennessee. Have you ever been to Gatlinburg? Yeah. There's some barefoot redneck shit going on in that town. Then people in Tennessee are like, whoa, Mississippi right there. Look at that. We got Mississippi. That's when you talk to someone from Mississippi, they're just pointing at the Gulf of Mexico, right? They're just like, what? Fish. I ain't dumber than a fish, I know that. Yeah. Now you know how Canadians feel about all of us. So that is, my niece and my nephew, they came over for Halloween, and we're gonna have a party for all the trick-or-treaters that came up. We had a haunted house planned. All the trick-or-treaters that came up to the door, I worked the door, I talked to all the kids, I was like, hey kids, here's the deal. We got a scary haunted house inside, and if you make it all the way to the back door, you get this whole bag of candy. And I hold it up, and all the kids are excited. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Then what happens is the kids come into my place, and it's my niece and my nephew, they're in a dog cage in the corner, and my niece just yells out, stop, it's a trap, there's no haunted house. Just looks terrified, right? It turns out that's the most effective haunted house that you could possibly have. None of the kids made it past the puddle of urine that was on the floor right there.